Hello, and welcome to the major change for choosing your cybersecurity major. So, we just want you to go ahead and watch this video and just to see if you are interested in changing your major to cybersecurity. We'll give you all the information on that, and then by the end, you'll kind of have a feel of what you want your decision to be. So starting out the process, so make sure you watch this entire video just to make sure you get a good sense of what the cybersecurity major is all about and the different things it entails and what you have to do to change your major to cybersecurity. Um, so if you decide that this major is for you, please just take the steps to be able to change your major, meet with an advisor, and everything like that. Um, After watching this video, you'll have to take a quiz on Canvas and to make sure that you score at least 11 out of 13 to be able to take the next steps into changing your major. And then there will be a short answer question about your schedule for next semester after that. So planning your cybersecurity courses. I will talk about the flowcharts that will be coming up with this video, and we'll discuss things about that. Here's also a link, and you can find all of our flowcharts for all of our majors as well, if you're interested in any of the other majors too. So this is our Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity flowchart. Some of you may have already seen this flowchart. If not, that is okay. So I just kind of want to go into more detail about this and kind of go over our curriculum a little bit more. So to start out, you do have, it starts out a lot of the same as our other majors in this CSE department, so computer science, software engineering, the BS or the BA in computer science. You all start out taking CSE 174, 271, and then 274, which is our Java sequence classes. 174 is our intro class. All of these classes are required for this major. Another class would be our CEC 111 and 112, which are our introduction to engineering a little bit, as well as Miami. So those are both 2 credit hour classes. You'll take one semester following CEC 112 the following semester. If you look at this flowchart, you'll see a lot of arrows. So based on the arrows, you have to follow that order to be able to take those classes in that order, because they do build off of each other, and some of them are prerequisites to other classes here on this flowchart. There are some math classes you have to take starting out, depending on what math you are placed in, either pre-calc, but also Calculus 1. You do not have to take Calculus 2 or Calculus 3. That is not a requirement for our cybersecurity major. You also have to take discrete math and statistics, either 261 or 301 as your math classes. There are 4 cybersecurity electives that you can take. There's really no specific time frame when you have to take these electives, but as long as you take the classes that build up to those CYB electives, you are able to take them at different times. As you can tell, our first cybersecurity class is CYB 134. That is our introduction to cybersecurity. That is a good class to start out taking to see if cybersecurity is a big interest of yours, and to see if you want to continue on taking 234, 236, and so on and so forth. English 111 is a requirement for our major, as well as STC 135, Principles of Public Speaking. That is also a requirement for cybersecurity. At the bottom, you see all of our Miami Plain electives. So we have 1 creative arts, 1 DEI, 1 intercultural consciousness, and you can see the rest of them as they go into more detail about which ones you have to take. And then I'll talk about more of those classes here in a few minutes. Choosing the right courses. So take both, like I mentioned before, 111 and 112, our Introduction to Engineering courses. 111 is offered in the fall and 112 is in the spring. So if you decide to change your major to this in a spring semester, you can take 112 first and then take 111 the following fall. Picking the right programming course. So 174 is our Intro to Java sequence, followed by 271 and 274. These classes are also offered in the winter, spring, summer, and fall, so you have different time frames on when you are able and allowed to take these classes. Math course, we did mention a little bit before, Math 151, and then is followed by Math 231, which is discrete math. And if you need pre-calculus or algebra, those are classes you would have to take before you are able to take Calculus 1. And if you have any questions about math specifically, you are able to consult with a math advisor. So this is just a typical schedule. This is not set in stone for your first semester as a CYB major. So this is just some classes you could start off taking. As an example, we talked about CEC 111, which is your introduction course. CYB 134 is your first course in cybersecurity. 174 is Intro to Programming, and then your Math 151 is your Calculus 1 class. And you could have other classes like your Miami Plan options to fill in the gaps to be able to be at least 12 hours or above as a full-time student. What other classes? These are some examples of other ones you could take: English 109 or 111, your science class, public speaking, STC 135, your stats 261 or 301, or you're able to take ECE 345 as an option. We discussed Miami Plan electives, and then some other classes that are just for fun that could count just towards credit hours. Picking statistics. So you'd have to take one of these statistics courses. So Stats 261 is 4 hours. This is just our good general introduction to statistics class. 301 is another option. It is only 3 hours, and it's more rigorous and more calculus-based. So if you do enjoy calculus, this could be a great option for you. And then ECE 345 is 3 hours, and that statistics class is more of an engineering focused. If you do have AP Stats credit, that does count for a Stats 261, which you would have to receive a 3, 4, or 5 on your AP Stats class to be able to get credit for Stats 261. These are our Miami Plan electives. Those were at the bottom of the flow chart. These are the different categories that you have to take classes from. So basically 1 out of each category. Besides social science, you need 2. And then you also need 2 natural science electives, which we'll talk about in the next few slides. Some common AP credit, Calc AB. So if you receive a 3, 4, or 5, you'll get credit for Math 151, which is Calculus 1. 3 gives credit, but if you are planning on taking Calc 2, which is not a requirement, but if you do plan on taking that, you really should consider taking Math 151 as a refresher. If you take Calc BC and receive a 3, 4, or 5, you can get credit for Calc 1 and Calc 2, which is Math 151 and Math 251. If you took AP Computer Science A and you received a 3, we still recommend you taking CSE 174. If you receive a 4, you get credit for 174 and you can move on to 271. And if you receive a 5, you get credit for 174 and 271, and you are able to take 274. Some other AP credit you may have, you can check your DAR or degree audit to see what your credit is counting towards. For science, if you took AP Physics, it could count for your Physics 181 plus 183, depending on your, if you received a 3, 4, or 5, it could also count for your Physics 182 and 184, which is basically Physics 2. Same thing with chemistry. Chem 141 and 142 counts as Chem 1, and then 144 and 145 could count for your Chem 2. So those are your labs with those classes that associate with that. And then if you took AP Bio, it could count as your Bio 116. Some of the AP credit you could take or get credit for would be English 111, Econ, psychology or history or some other Miami Plain credit. So if you have any questions about maybe AP credit that you came in with and you aren't sure about, please ask an advisor and we can help you out with that. Credit or no credit versus letter grade. So all of these classes are required for you to take with a letter grade. You are not able to just get credit or no credit and change it to that. These classes listed, you have to receive a letter grade and take it for that. So all of our CSE core classes and electives, CEC 111 and 112, Math 151, Math 231, and Stats 261. All other math and stat electives and all other science electives. You do have to take all of these for a letter grade. What's next? So if you went through this video and you are interested in changing to cybersecurity, your next step is to take the Canvas quiz. Follow the directions and the instructions at the end of this quiz. And then you can contact CSE Advising to schedule an appointment if you are not sure who your advisor would be. Come prepared to your advising session with specific questions you might have. And if you decided after this video you don't want to change to cybersecurity, that is totally fine. At least now you know all the different ins and outs of it. The biggest takeaway from this video is if you came in before fall of 2023, you have a different Miami plan than what you would have coming in at fall 2023. So if you came in and you've already passed through your first year, or maybe your second or third year, and you have the old Miami plan, if you do choose to change to cybersecurity, you will have to change to the new Miami plan. So if you have specific questions about that, please feel free to reach out to CSE Advising if you have any concerns about that. This is the end of our video, and we hope to hear from you soon.